Now, see, I did you a favor. I gave you some backup. This your Rigondeaux teammate right here. Oh no, Hollywood. That's Mr. Rigondeaux. There also supporters of him. Y'all think he's the greatest fighter in history?
Because you don't like Rigondeaux for real, or like you don't like him on Twitter, like.
It ain't the fact that I don't like Rigondeaux. He's just not that good. He's really like an amateurish fighter. He's not that great. That's why I'm like, I don't think he's outstanding. I'm like, I see a lot of flaws in him. As far as him transitioning, it's like Zhao Shimin. I mean, he's not as bad as Zhao, but but my goodness, I'm like, he really needs to transition like Laura. It's like when Laura first came over to the pros. Laura used to be almost just like that. He used to run, wouldn't engage, wouldn't sit down on his punches. Just basically Cuban fighter, just trying to score points and move around. Laura adjusted by working with a lot of American trainers like Ronnie Shields. He worked with a lot of them before he got comfortable and learned how to sit down on a couple of punches and realized he didn't have to run that much around the ring.
Well, but the thing is, that's a style though, Marcino. Like that's that amateur style. That's how it is. They pile up the points. And then they get on a bike. They box smart, and then they get on a bike. I mean, that's them. That's what they do. But I mean, a lot of things in them, I see getting dialed down now. But I mean, if you don't like him on certain situations, sorry, that's all well and fine. But his style and the way he fight now is starting to become more of a pro style. But he fight at a measured pace, and that's what you're gonna see. It's measured. He don't waste a lot of punches. There's no sense in throwing 4 or 5 punch combinations. The way his style is, where he uses a lot of movement, he's going to throw 1-2 shots, maybe a combination here and there, but the rest is him using movement and using accurate punches. That's what he do. That's how he beat Nonito. He used Nonito. The thing about the fight with Nonito was surprised Nonito the most, and I can see that kind of surprise him, was the speed. He's never been in the ring with somebody just as fast as him. With punching accuracy, everybody who Nonito fought, Nonito had to go out and get. He never fought nobody who made him go out and box. You know what I mean? Who he could box. And I mean, the one time it did happen, that was with Vasquez. But I mean, Vasquez is nowhere near the skill as Rigondeaux. Nowhere near it. So when you gotta go get a guy who's faster than you, who's a better boxer than you all around, it's going to be some trouble. And I mean, it's not going to beat Nonito 9 out of 10 times, man. That movement is going to trouble him. And not only just that, the kid was doing a lot of subtle things. He was rocking the boat on him. He would go against the ropes and rock the cradle. Nonito didn't cut the ring off. Nonito was letting him turn the corner every time. And then not only just that, he took a lot out of Nonito with the body shots, man. And he was putting the body shots well. He'd catch him right at the sternum. All that went out of it, make Nonito start all over again. And then kept Nonito off balance. He mixed up the attack. That's something Nonito ain't never seen before. Name me one person that can box like that Nonito fought.
D, you agree with this?
Well, I do, because it's obvious. Like, well, what did Nonito go there? Like, who do you fight before that gave him that type of trouble?
Well, I think that Nonito Danier had a lot of issues going into this fight. His wife was pregnant. He came in there, he underestimated him. He needed surgery. Something wasn't right. He had to kill himself to make weight. He couldn't cut off the ring. His legs were dead. I'm like, what is going on? When I'm watching the fight, I'm watching it like, what's going on with Nonito? He's just letting Rigondeaux circle.
You just said about cutting off the ring, right?
Yep.
But what he did, like, he's creating excuses, so hopefully he's going to that all that gets cleared up. But you just mentioned about, like, cutting off the ring.
Yep.
Like, but in the same breath, they're saying that Rigondeaux was running, though. So
yeah.
Which one is it? Is it Donier's lack of ability to cut off the ring? Was he really that?
I mean, if you know the guy's gonna run, cut him off. But I can see Danier didn't have the energy to continuously keep up the pace.
Because the body shots,
Nah. I mean, he landed a couple of body shots, but it wasn't like he was torturing him with body shots. He landed a couple of good body shots.
Get hit with a body shot. Listen, get hit with some good body shots and see where your energy be at.
Oh my! Now all of a sudden, Rigondeaux knocked the energy out of Danier. No way.
What I'm saying was,
he hit him with some good body shots. He did throw good body shots, and I admitted that he did. He threw a lot of good body shots when he threw them. But this is a guy that's landing 7, 9 punches around. There's no way.
Hold on. He threw more than landed more than Danier.
He wasn't. They were counting shots from when Rigondeaux was just tossing his hand out there.
I don't count. I don't count punch that with what's name because it's flawed. I mean, you can't say that a guy that because he threw a lot should win. I don't say that because that's not no pro style. That's amateur. If you think you're gonna throw a lot of punches and win. That's why I get mad at people when they say Trout beat Canelo because he threw a lot of punches. Well, if you say that, then you gotta say Paul Williams beat Alessandro Lara because he threw a lot of punches. I mean, that's not a thing. My thing was all Danier shots was accurate. Everything he threw with a purpose. And sometimes when he didn't, when he threw punches that people just think that he missed, it was just him getting to that spot, moving Nonito off that mark, making Nonito uncomfortable. And type of stuff like that happens. I mean, it just lets you know who's far more superior because you can tell Nonito win IQ is not that good.
Oh, wow. How is ring IQ not that good? Oh, my goodness. One fight, and all of a sudden, a number 4 pound-per-pound fighter, his ring IQ ain't that good. This is a guy they were comparing to Roy Jones, and all of a sudden, his ring IQ is all of a sudden terrible because Rigondeaux was running around the ring and the man was drained. The man was drained from trying to make weight.
Okay, even if he was struggling to make weight, right? If you fight at 122 pounds, once or twice more, you can't use that excuse.
Well, he's not. He's not going to do it no more. He can't do that. He wants to go to 122 just to fight Rigondeaux. He want to fight him so bad to prove that this guy's not on his level, which he's not. If he fought, that's why me and D got this bet right now. If they fight again, Danier's knocking him out, and that's why we got 200 on the bet and on the win, and then we got another 2 on the knockout, cause it's gonna happen. Danier knock him out.
If I was you, whatever drug they got in Chicago that you smoking, I would leave it alone, man. Honestly, I really would. And I mean, Sean, if you bet me, I want some of that action too. Because he can fight Rigondeaux 10 times and he'll lose 9 times. He may win 1 because he always got a chance that he can punch. He can punch. He got a left hook that'll separate you from your body for 5 seconds. That'll separate your mouth from your body in 5 seconds. So I mean, I never count him out, but Rigondeaux' style is always going to get in trouble. He cannot deal with short fighters. He's not used to going against somebody who's just as fast as him, who's a better all-around boxer than him, and got enough power to keep him respectable, to keep him honest. Because if he goes in there with his chin in the air, he's going to sleep. You know that, and I know that, Carcino, because the boy can hurt him. Because his shots is pinpoint and they accurate. So what opportunity he got? He only got 1 choice to land 1 shot. To set up, to lay a trap for 1 shot. I don't think he's smart enough to do that.
He only lost by 1 round. And everybody claims he got dominated. Danier only lost by 1 round.
He lost by more than 1 round. He lost by at least. I mean, some of the rounds was made competitive. I think it's the edge of Rigondeaux. But I mean, to be honest with you, my opinion, he lost by at least 4 to 5 rounds.
Not to me. But
I just want to make a quick point about I agree 100% that counting how many punches they throw or land alone is flawed. I only mentioned that because Carcino said that Rigondeaux doesn't throw many punches while Danier had less in the fight. But so you can't even use that argument. You know, even that's throughout the window. So in reality, if you want to score an amateur, Rigondeaux wins. If you want to score it pro, Rigondeaux still wins. He's a better amateur and professional fighter. Exactly.
Okay, the man was drained, and he took advantage of a man that was drained. He did his job. No discredit to Rigondeaux. He did what he did to win the fight, but he was not spectacular. That's why everybody's making it like he's a world beater. He was so spectacular. That's my whole issue with it.
You can't say, nobody shredded. Not shredded at all, but his shoulder was hurting, his wife was hurting, and he was weight drained.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is right now, he beat the best 122 pounder in the world. And to be honest with you, he'll beat every fighter at 122. He'll spank Moraz. Moraz wouldn't have nothing for him. It's not Moraz. I watched him fight in the Pan Am game in Amateurs, and Moraz did a good job in the fight, but Moraz lost. But he'll spank Moraz at any weight possible. 122, 126, Moraz wouldn't be able to deal with him. You know, because I mean, Moraz.
Here's Rigondeaux thing. Who is at 122 that he can fight?
That he can fight?
Yep.
I mean, you got Vic Darchinian. You got
right. He'll fight Vic. But Vic can't cut off the ring. He'll be. He might be the best way.
But a fight between Moreno and Moreno and Rigondeaux, that'd be bad on your eyes.
I don't think so.
Fighter that love action, that'd be bad on. I mean, most people that don't like boxing, that love boxing, that think boxing is just two fighters going rock and sock a robot, that'd be bad on their eyes. I wouldn't even want to watch that fight if I'm there. But me, I would love to see that fight. That's a very good fight. Also,
well, Rigondeaux needs to go to 126. That's just it. Let him go to 26. That's where all the fights at.
Listen, his height. I think it's best if he can stay at 122, maybe fight at a catch weight if he can. Now that's the type. That'd be the type that I wouldn't mind a catch weight at. If he can land a guy that's probably moving up for the money to fight at 122. 124. You know, Mikey Garcia. I wouldn't expect him to go down to 124 to fight Rigondeaux. I mean, he'll be trained. So I wouldn't want to see that fight. But I mean, you got other guys there where he could possibly maybe make the way there. I mean, in the fight with Gary Russell, that would be a great fight. As far as, you know, with Gary Russell talent. You got other guys there. I mean, you got guys I just named King Kong, Joseph Beckley, which is a good fight. Who else? You got Moraz. If Moraz were to go back down to 122 pounds and they can make the fight, that'd be a hell of a fight. I mean, you know, Moraz is probably one of the top fighters in the world. Based off his resume, I mean, you got some guys out there, though. You got some real guys out there. You got some good guys at 122. Vic Darchinian. Vic has always been a good fighter, and, you know, he come to fight every fight.
Vic is finna go to sleep. No, Nito finna eliminate and retire Vic Darchinian once and for all. He finna retire Vic once and for all when he comes back. Nonito's gonna retire him.
What's the fight at? Is it at featherweight or is it at 120?
It'll be 126, probably.
Yeah, it can't be 126. Vic can't go up 126. Vic is barely able to compete at 122 pounds.
Well, let's see Rigondeaux against Darchinian. Let's see Rigondeaux against Darchinian. That's a good fight for Rigondeaux because Vic Darchinian has never cut off a ring. So let's see that fight. That'll showcase Rigondeaux real good. But HBO won't pick it up.
Yeah, HBO probably will, but that's a fight that I will pick up because they're going to make him fight. They're going to do a lot of stuff. They're going to be dirty, and Vic got a big punch. Also, that's a hell of a fight. If I was HBO, I'll pick up that fight. But it ain't too many good 122 pounders. I mean, you got some guys over Japan. You got Nicky Oshii. He can come back over here, and you know that'll be a fight between him and Donaire if he can win one, maybe. And get back on the path. You got some of the guys that I just named. I mean, full fight some good fights, man. But will HBO pick them up?
Absolutely not.
Will Bob Arum support them? Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, Bob will support him if it's gonna make some money for Bob. But I mean, like he said, he's gonna have trouble getting this guy fights. He's gonna have to put him on a pay-per-view, you know, and then you got to deal with the idiot company Coribre, who believes Rigondeaux's value is a little higher than their expectations, thinking he should get 50-50 with Danier. It's like all kind of craziness. Like, no way she
Yeah,
get
they place him on a fight. They place him on a fight because you gotta realize some dude's taking 26% of his purse, man. So I mean, they try to get the biggest money they possibly can. So I mean, I see it in nations. They try to get a bunch of money, but I mean, let's be honest. He's big billionaire, and people still don't know who he is. You know.
Yeah, well, people know who he is on the internet. I mean, he got a lot of these guys following him.
I'm talking about the internet. I mean, no, he don't got a big following. Not that much of, but he got a nice size following where he can fight in California and put about 4,000 or 5,000 in the seats. Like that fighting, what's the name, so real good at Radio City Music Hall. That fight so real good. You know, so I mean, even though it's not a big venue, it's an okay sized venue, it still drew a big crowd. And I'm not just saying all of them was there for all of them was there for no Nino. You know, maybe 90% was there or 85% was there for no Nino, but there was some hardcore fans there that wanted to see Rigondeaux out.
Oh yeah, they were there.
That was one of the best matchups that could be made in boxing.
I mean, he's got a cult following like Matisse had. Like, they just came out of nowhere.